Hi, welcome to Dupi Animations. I know it's been a while since I've done the tutorial. Please kindly forgive me, I've been away for a while now. Okay, so I was sent this poster to do a promo. Okay, and this is the template I created from it. All right, please kindly like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, all right, let's see what we can do. So let's open After Effects. Let's create a new composition. Let's name it Main. Let's create another composition with a width of 500 and a height of 500. So I'm creating this composition to use it to determine the center position of a shape layer. Okay, so I won't name it. So let me just name it Shape. Let me just name it Shape. Okay. All right. Now come to the Tools menu here. Then double click on the rectangle tool. You see that? So that it will create a perfect square for you. All right. So I don't need the stroke. I rather want the fill. So let me cancel the stroke. And let me highlight the fill. All right. Now let's get back to the main. Right click inside the main. Then select solid. Then select OK. So once you insert a solid layer in, come to the menu bar, View, then select Show Rulers. Then bring the rulers, the top one, then the side one. Okay. Now you can come to the shape, then copy your shape layer here. Let me copy it here. Then come to the main, then paste it. Okay. So once you paste it, you can just move it to the center here. I know it took a long time to do this, but I just want to have the accurate center position. That's why I went through all this process. Okay. Now after this, just delete it. You can decide to close this one if you want. Okay. So now you have your shape layer here. Okay. Now make the shape layer 3D. So the 3D button is not here. So let's come to the toggle switches here. Click on it so that it will come here. So here is it. Click it to make it 3D. Okay. Now let's click on the cascading arrow here. Come to the geometry options. Extrusion depth. Let's go something like 2000. 2000 on the extrusion. Okay. Now press R on rotation and let's rotate on X. Okay. On X, let's go something like 90 degrees. Let's go something like 90 degrees. So let me see. Okay. It went up. Okay. Now let's move the rulers away. Now let me bring it down. Let me stand on there and move it down. So what we are doing is we are creating the first pillar. Okay. Now let's change the color of the pillar. Let's go for something like somewhere within red. Okay. All right. Now let's create another composition. Let me name it Reflection. Reflection. Okay. And it's going to be 1920 by 1080. Okay. All right. So I have an HDMR material here that I'm going to use. Here's it. Click and drag it in. Now come to Effects and Presets and type Motion Tile. Okay. Double click to apply it. Now Motion Tile, let me just crank up the figures here, the output width and height. So let me go something like 500 on the width, then maybe 200 on the height. Okay. Then you mirror the edges. All right. So we are just going to animate it from left to right. Okay. So press P, select the image, press P, set a key, then come to the last end, which is 20 seconds, all right? Then move it to the left side. So let's go. The width isn't enough, so let me make it 800 instead of 500. Let me go 1000. Still not enough. Let me go 2000. Okay, so let me see what we have here. Too slow, so let's go. Let's keep moving. Okay, I think this is enough for the reflection. You can decide to put a bit of rotation on it, twist on it. So let me see. Let me turn it this way a bit. Yeah, I think it's okay. Now let's come inside the main. Okay, so first let's bring a map material, which is this map, dotted map here that I did. Let me bring it in. Okay, click and drag it in. All right, let's change the camera view to custom view 1. Okay, so that we see what you are doing well. Let me make the map also 3D, right? Now, right click in, new, then select lights. Point light is okay. So let's just move the lights about. Let me duplicate the lights, move one here, let me move it in, duplicate this one, and move it to the other side. So let me duplicate this one, Control D, then move it upwards. The bottom one, duplicate again, then bring it downwards. All right, so let me see how this is turning out to be. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. So custom view 1. Let me check custom view 2 and 3 and see. I'll move this in a bit. Now let's bring the reflection. Click and drag the reflection in. Okay, let me come to active first, so that you see the reflection. Now right click on the reflection, then select environments layer. See that it has disappeared. Now let's come to active custom view 1. Then come to the shape layer. Reflection intensity, let's go something like 70 or so. So the reflection intensity is 70. Now let's come to active camera. Let's see. Okay, so for now I'll leave it this here, then try to bring the map. So come to effects and presets, then type fill, double click to apply it to the map, make it white. That is if it's not white. I can't see it well. Okay, scale it up, press S, then scale the map up and move it closer, closer and closer. Okay, so for a reminder, you see that there's shadow within this dotted map. I don't want any darkness within it, I just want a pure white. So what I'll do is I'll turn off the lights on that map. So let's come to material option. Okay, where it says accept lights, let's just off it. See that? So with that we have our plain white. Let me see active camera. Oh, let me scale it down small. Looks like it's way too big, so let me scale it down a bit more. Okay, I think this will do. 130 will do. So from here, just map the map to the shape layer. So the pick whip here, click and link it to the shape layer. Okay, now press R on the shape layer. All right, we are going to rotate it. So we are going to rotate it on either Z. I think Z will be okay. Let's see. Yeah, Z will be okay. So the starters, let's set a key 0. Then maybe somewhere 5 seconds. Let's go something like 90 degrees. Okay. So let's see what we have. So let me increase the speed of this. So let's see something like 16 seconds. Let me take out the 90 degrees. Okay. Then let's go something like 3 rotation cycle. So you have something like this. Simple. So you see what the reflection is doing on it? Okay. All right. So let me select the map. Select the masking tool. Okay. So I'll just cut it here. Let's cut it here. And oh, I almost forgot. With the template that I built, it has some lights at the edges. Okay. So let me duplicate this, the map, Control D, take out the mask. Then let me bring the, let me use this light. Okay, let me bring this light. So hold the Alt key, click and drag to replace it. Okay, now press R for rotation, then rotate on Z. That's 90. Then let me move it to the last end here. Stand on the Z, then drag it out so that it will be on top. Then let me squeeze it in or scale it in. So I think this is okay. Then maybe duplicate again and put one at the last end here. Voila. Okay. So now we have this. Now let me switch to custom view 1 and let's see the rotation. So I'll duplicate these three rather. Select the 3, then duplicates and move them up. Then press R for rotation. Okay. So the map, let's rotate it on Y. So Y 90. Then the lights, let's rotate it also. We can just move it in here. Let me just move the lights to the last end there. Okay. So let me see. Here's a map. And position it at this corner here. Let me switch to active camera. Let's go to top view. Let's go to top view so that we can see it well. Okay. So let me move the map to this end. Position it well. Let me duplicate again, Control D. Then move it here. Okay. Let me duplicate this one again. Then move it to the last end here. That's all. So now the lights, let me see. The first lights and the second lights. Now the third light, let me bring it here. Position it at the last end here. So this one, let's this one go the other side. Okay. I think this is enough. So active camera. So now let's see what we have. Or if the lights or the light within the scene is not enough, you can still add up the lights. Okay. Yeah, you can still add it up. Okay. So I think this is cool. So this is the first pillar. Okay. This is the first pillar. Okay, you see how simple the template is. Although building the pillar took a bit of time, but still, that's why some of these things you have to take your time then build it, actually. So once you are done with this, all that you need is the second one. Okay, so just duplicate this. Select this up to the first shape, then change the color beside it. Maybe let's give this one dark green. All right, now let's duplicate all, then move it up. Then let me change the second one color to sans. No, let me make it something like purple. Yeah, purple is okay. So now let's move the shape. Okay, let's move the shape, the second one. So let's move the second shape. Oh, okay, it's at the bottom here. Let's move the second shape to the right side. So let's go. So this is the first, so this is the second shape. Now the first one, let's move it also to the left side so that there will be an opening within it. Okay. Let me move the other one to the last end there. Okay. So now we have this. Now the only thing that we do here is the lighting. Okay. Just the adjustment, that's all. Okay. But before that, let's check the rotation on the second. Let's press R for rotation, because they are all going on the same direction, which shouldn't be so. So this one, the second rotation should go counterclockwise. So let's do -3, -3. Okay, so that we have something like this. Okay, so that they'll be going in different dimensions. Okay, all right. So now let's do a bit of lighting. So let me see. Although the space within it is still not enough, but before that, let me light the scene a bit more so that you can see. Switch to custom view 1. Let me set a new light. Let me see something. Let me set a new light. The light should be an area light. Let me see how best that will work. Okay, so an area light it is. Okay, all right. So once you are done with that, now select the shape 1 and 2. Select the first shape, then hold the control, then select the second one. Okay, then move them backwards. So let me do a 4 view left here. Okay, so with the 2 selected, let me move them backwards. See that? I hope I'm not confusing you guys. All right, now let's insert in a camera. So new camera, let me bring it up. Now let's bring in a null object, new null objects. Let's name it cam control. We are going to link the camera to it. Okay, let's make the null object 3D, then link the camera to it. All right, now come to effects and presets and type separate XYZ position. Double click to apply it to the control, the cam control. Okay, now press R on the cam control. Now we are going to rotate on X so that we slant the shapes a little bit. So let me see 12. Let me go a little bit more. Okay, so I think this is enough. So let me select the shapes again. The second one, hold the control key, then select the second one too, the first one too. Then move them up. Let's move them up. Okay. Now let's move the first one to the left side a bit so that there'll be an opening, more opening within it. Then the second one, let's go to the right side a bit. Now let's bring an image and lay it underneath this. So what image would I use? There's some image. Okay, let me use this one. So let me just lay this image underneath this. Let's make it 3D, then push it backwards. Let's switch to custom view 1, then move this one backwards. Okay, now let's back to active. Let me pull it up, then scale this. I think for the best results, let me just create a composition for this image alone. Okay, so let's create a composition, 1920 by 1080. Let me name it slide, image slide. Okay, image slide. Okay, now let me insert the image. Where is it? Okay, right click on it, transform fit to comp. Right, now you can decide to apply motion tile on it, motion tile, so that the width, the output width, let's go something like 300 or 400. Now press P for position, set a key, then 20 seconds. Let's go to the left side. So let me make the width 500. All right, you can decide to mirror the edge, okay, so that it fits in well. All right, now let's come to the main. Now let's bring the image slide, click and drag it underneath the first image, which is the last end. Make it 3D. Okay, now let's switch the view to custom view 1, then push this backwards. Okay, now let's come back to active view and pull this up. Press S, then scale it up. Okay. All right. So the image slide, just use the masking tool. The masking tool, the mask it. So you have something like this. Okay. All right. So let's do a bit of animation here on the cam control. So let me see. All right. So let's see. You see, simple. Simple. So this is the first phase. Okay, so let's animate the first phase. Let's use the effect, separate XYZ position effect on the cam control to animate this. So on Z, let's set a key, an ending key first, then bring the timeline backwards. Now let's zoom in. Okay, let's zoom in. Looks like the Y position. Let's set a key there too, so that it won't be hanging in the air. Now let's bring it down. Okay, so at the beginning we have something like this that will come in with a test. Okay. All right. So folks, basically this is how I build the template. You see that it's nothing difficult. There's nothing difficult here. Just select the two keys, then easy ease them. Okay. Let me see. Move this one in. Let's go to the graph editor, then move this one to in. So you have something like this. See that? If it's too fast, just bring the key points backwards. All right. Cool. So this is the starting. So your church name will come first, which is, it can be something like an inspirational church presents. Then you stay there small, then move. Okay. So maybe once you stay there a bit, then on X position, okay, let's set a key on X, then move it. See that? Then move it to the left side. And this way the presence comes in. Okay, this is where the presence comes in. So let's select the two keys, then easy ease them. Then go to the graph editor, pull one side into. So let's see. Let me move it to something like 30 seconds. So you see how this one works. So with this, the second coming, all that you have to do is just duplicate this one. Just duplicate this one. Control D, then move it up, change the colors within it so you can see the difference. Okay. Then you move it to the right side. So let's move it here. Oh, let me select the shape rather and move it. Move it to this side. Okay. So let me bring this one forward. So it will be bigger. Okay. So this one, what we can do is the rotation. I think it's also going the same direction. So I think it should go in a bit more. So let me move it in a bit more. And bring it forward more. Cool. So underneath this one, let's bring one image. Let's see. I think I have the perfect, okay, this image. Let's just lay it under there. To also be under. Make it 3D. Then scale it up. Then let me move it in there. Okay, custom view 1. Let's do some changes here. Move this one in there. Okay. Active. Let's go up. Scale it up. Press S, then scale it up. You can decide to put a bit of movement in this one too. Press P for position. And you move it. All right, folks. So basically, this is how I build the templates. Okay. All that is left is just adding some text to it. Okay. So it's not anything difficult here. All right. Okay. So now let's do a render preview and see how it turns out. Cool. So let's see what we have. All right. All right. So here you can decide to spice it up if you want. Where's that one? The image here. Just duplicate it. Hold the Alt key. Then click and drag the map to it. Okay. Then maybe you drag the map forward. Apply fill on it. Can make it black. Scale it up. Okay. Voila. Decide to leave it like this. All right, so let's see our final work. Simple templates for promo or for church promo. Cool. So all that is left with just adding the text. Any text. You just, the way you lay, that's adding the text and an image. If you want to add an image onto the pillar, the way you did it with the dotted map is the same style. Okay. All right. So folks, this comes to the end of our tutorial. Please kindly like, subscribe, and comment. And also, if you still want me to add the text and the rest, please let me know. I'll be happy to. Okay. See you next time.